Hello heroes, Kelthar of the Heroes and Legends, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a second part of the Warbringers series that Blizzard has released. This time it's Sylvanas. My previous video on Warbringers Jaina wasn't a true reaction because I had seen it so many times, and finally I was just like, you know what, I've got to talk about this. So it's more of a, you know, like not a live reaction, but this is what I feel about it, and then thoughts and stuff, and so on and so forth. Some people didn't like that, but hey, I'm a fan, you're a fan, why you gotta hate on me for that? Anyways, that's besides the point. This one just came out today. I just woke up like 30-45 minutes ago, and I was like, oh, I gotta do this. Stayed away from Twitter, stayed away from all the fan sites, and now I get to see this, and we can talk about it. But before I jump into this, Sylvanas has been a very touchy subject for the Horde for the last few months, especially leading up to Battle for Azeroth. Kind of afraid that they're not going to like what they see. That's just because that's what I've been seeing on Twitter is, oh my god, this isn't Sylvanas. You know, they're saying things that it can't be. They're like afraid of a Garrosh 2.0, and I'm just talking about the material we've been given so far. I'm talking about Before the Storm, which was an amazing book, which I read first, and then I did the audio drama, and both are amazing. Check them out. Hashtag not sponsored. Just go check them out. They're really, really good. But without giving any spoilers away, since she's become the Banshee Queen, Sylvanas has done and experienced even more things that would cause her to become the character she is today. We'll talk more about that towards the end of this. For now, we're gonna watch this. I've not seen it, so I don't know what I'm about to see here. Oh, wonderful! Get a song again. That would be great. Oh, Teldrassil. This is the painting from BlizzCon. Oh my god. So this is what it's from. They've had this all this time. Oh boy.
Secure the beach.
Okay, got a song.
Invade the tree.
Invading the tree. Oh, who's the elf?
Why? You've already won. Only innocents remain in the tree.
Who is that?
This is war. No. This.
Shh, no. Alarm. Shut up.
Rage. Windrunner. You were defender of your.
That's Delarin. I know the voice. It's from the elf from the. Talk about it later.
I remember. A fool.
It's Delarin Summermoon. Oh, it's living Sylvanas. What is she fighting? Get out of there. Oh! It's Arthas Invasion of Quel'Thalas. Oh my god. Oh, I think this is where she dies. Yep. Oh shit. And that's why she has the makeup. It's from her crying. Wow, I did not know. I thought she was just being emo, but no, that's sorry. I didn't mean that. Wow. Oh, there's her body. No. The blood elf female and her baby didn't get away. That's why she screams.
Life is pain. Hope fails. Now you understand.
Oh no.
Don't grieve. You'll soon join your loved ones.
She looks kind of sadistic right there. Just a little bit.
I grieve for you. You've made life your enemy. And that is a war you'll never win. You can kill us, cannot kill hope.
Ooh.
Can't I?
Wait, no.
Burn it.
Ooh.
Burn it!
I called this. Not to any of you, you don't know me, but friends in my... Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay, so first, quickly because that's forefront of my mind here. Way back at BlizzCon, when they revealed that picture of the burning Teldrassil, and then the elf there crumpled there, and Sylvanas standing in front of the thing, everyone was in a huge debate, like, oh, who did it, who did it, who did it? And, you know, everybody had their theories, and everyone was like, it can't be, or most of the people that places that I've visited, Twitter and the like, it's like, it can't be Sylvanas. I was like, why would she do that? Like, there was very few of the mind thinking that it's definitely Sylvanas. She did it. I had a lot of people in my inner circles and people that I talked to lore-wise and stuff, and I had some of them saying it was going to be Greymane. Like, Greymane hates Sylvanas, and she's like, or he took her, or she took his son from him, and this is his way of starting a war to go, you know, to get the war going so that he can attack Sylvanas, like, openly now. Like, there's no more peace, and this is what he wanted. So he secretly burns the tree, and they were just going down. And it was a theory that started to kind of pick up traction. Recently, in recent times, there was the theory that Malfurion does it, because if the Horde, if the Alliance have to retreat and the Horde are trying to take the tree, let's burn the tree so they can't take it. But that's completely weird. Why would Malfurion burn life? He's a druid. He would never do such a thing. Even though he wasn't very happy that they raised the tree in the first place, Malfurion was not a part of the creation of Teldrassil. It was a lot of the other druids. It was Fandral, and it was this whole thing. Malfurion was pretty pissed. But he wasn't about to burn something that was created such, and that he's defended so. As you can see, he's defended pretty valiantly. But I was just like, no, Sylvanas did it. Like, it's war. This is... It follows, to me, her MO. Like, especially her change over the different source materials. The game, the book before the storm. Like, these are things that would happen. And going back to the Greymane point, Greymane wouldn't do this because, as we recently seen, and as I saw in was watching a Taliesin and Evitel video, some super brilliant point that I don't know why I didn't come to this conclusion. Why would anyone on the Alliance, not just Greymane, but I'm using Greymane as a point here, why would anyone on the Alliance burn the tree? Because to start a war that's already begun, the Horde has invaded. They've already made the march happen. They've broken into Alliance territory. They started to attack. Alliance, the Night Elves are defending. Why would anyone on the Alliance go and burn the tree? Like, oh, they burned our tree, it's time for war. No, they're already in war. There's no point to it. It makes no sense. Thank you for bringing that point to me. Much smarter people than me have come up to that conclusion. So now, let's go back to first here. So I kept trying to figure out, everyone was like, who's the elf? Is it Verisa? Is it Heeeere? Is it... there was another... Sandris Feathermoon, the greatest archer in all of Azeroth. Debate me on it. Turns out it wasn't any of these people. It's, if you have played the Alliance side of the quest line, and I don't know if she's from another spot, because she's sort of a newish character, I'm pretty sure. Her name is Delaran Summermoon. You quest alongside her in the opening week here for Battle for Azeroth. I think she was a character in Astronar, I believe. I'm not 100% certain on that. I haven't been there in a while, but she might have been an established character in Astronar. And obviously, if you're not up on your Astronar lore, if she's there, someone can correct me below if she has or hasn't been. But if she was always there defending that, or as one of the NPCs there, then she's been sort of brought to the forefront, and that'd be pretty cool. But that's who it is. It's Delaran Summermoon, and she has been helping fight alongside it. And I don't know how she dies. I don't know how this comes to pass. I'm going to be playing the second part of the stuff today, or later today after work. But Sylvanas did it finally. Like, I can see, and now we get to the part that I was kind of sort of dreading because. Okay, not that. Let's see. Where's the face? This face. This is a face. It's pretty sadistic. Look at it. That smile. That like, yeah, I won. Like, they're like, oh, this isn't the Sylvanas that I follow. This isn't my queen. Like, okay. You can justify it all you want. You can try to, like, come up with reasons why this isn't her. This is her. This is Sylvanas as she has developed over the years, as she has become. Things have been... She lost her life. She lost her city. She lost a lot of things. She isn't who she once was. She's not the glorious, beautiful, high elf ranger as we saw in previous points. There we go. She isn't this anymore. This isn't Sylvanas. This is old Sylvanas. This is Sylvanas. Basically, if I could compare her to somebody, it's like Jaina. Jaina was once peace-loving, everybody, you know, sort of hippie, like everybody must have love and peace. And Sylvanas was a proud, high elven ranger general of Silvermoon, and she loved life and all the things, and she had her sisters, and that's not Sylvanas anymore. Sylvanas now... This is Sylvanas now. She's not a monster, but her mind has changed, like, over time. She's tried so many different things to preserve her people that are shunned by the Alliance because they're undead. They're not natural. They obviously didn't choose to be the way they are, but that's who they are, and those of the living cannot see that. The Alliance and even those on the Horde, like, they are shunned by the other faction. They are shunned by those on their own faction because they are not natural. They are monstrosities, and because she is shunned by both sides, I think it's only a matter of time before she will eventually turn on those of the Horde as well. Right now, she's going after the Alliance. She's getting everyone to do things on her side. They're following, and I don't think... I'm sure that there are those on the Horde leadership that have their doubts. In Before the Storm... let's see, does he show up in the beginning here? I think he does. There's Nathanos. In Before the Storm, there are moments where Nathanos... I'm not really giving any spoilers here, but there are moments where Nathanos seems to almost question the sanity of his beloved Banshee Queen. But I'm sure there's going to be others of the Horde who stand up. It's going to happen. Like, this isn't Garrosh 2.0 for two reasons, or one reason. I don't know. We'll see. Well, this isn't Garrosh 2.0 because Garrosh was a different type of character. One, he was created in World of Warcraft, and when he had the power, things were slightly different for him. It seemed like he was trying to do the good thing and be the honorable orc, especially his scenes in Stone Talon. And then he just kind of did a 180 all of a sudden, and now he's, you know, for the orcs and hungry for Alliance blood and hatred. And it's like, wait a minute. He was trying to spare civilians in Stone Talon, and then he drops a bomb on Theramore, killing civilians. There was no new subtlety and nuance there, and that's a term from Twitter that's been tossed around a lot. I've been seeing that, and it's like, oh, subtlety and nuance. Sylvanas has slowly become what you see here. And I think she's a cool character. Definitely think she's a really cool character. But she's manipulated so many people to what you now see here before you. She's done it. And she's not just manipulated those in the universe that she's in. She's manipulated a lot of, I feel like, the players, because those that, like, you know, grovel at her feet and like, oh, worship Sylvanas, the Banshee Queen forever. Those people, I think they're like, oh, she can do no wrong. She's great. I love her. Like, oh my God, what? I don't even see it. I think she's an amazingly cool character, very complex, because you see the transformation that she's gone through, just like Jaina, gone through a transformation. You have to be able to see it, not just see the moments and just ignore all the little things in between. She has gone through so much. And then, let's see. Where is it? Where is she, like... Oh, this is where she's talking. Okay. Right there. So she's trying to... She's become what she hated, and she probably herself didn't even know this was happening as it happened to her. Because when you change, you don't necessarily kind of see it happen. It just kind of sort of happens. Outside influences, things are taken away from you or given to you. You're put in situations that you're forced to adapt. That's the nature, that's the beauty of I want to say the human mind. I mean, technically these are all humans in different skins, if for lack of a better thing, but that's the beauty of it all. Everybody's forced to adapt. Sylvanas has adapted, and this is what she has adapted into. She sees enemies at all sides. Everybody's out to get her and her people. Even some of her own people are out to get her, she feels. And so she can trust no one. And so she will use the power that she has to take what she wants. And when this night elf, Delarin Summermoon, says those words, it's a trigger. It's a trigger. And she's like, wait, what? No. You can't take away my victory here. I just told you that hope is gone. It's all gone. You've lost. And then Delarin, because night elves are pretty, I want to say, I mean, she's on her deathbed. She's going to die. She knows she's going to die. So she's like, you know what? No, you haven't won. And it's pretty brave of Delarin to come forth and say what she does. She's like, you haven't won. There's still hope. You can't beat hope. And Sylvanas is like, no. Like, why haven't you given up yet? Everything is lost, and Sylvanas is frustrated by this. Maybe she's frustrated because she lost this feeling of don't give up, this feeling of what she once was. No, somewhere here. She lost this, and she's so frustrated, so completely like why? Why are others able to do what, you know, what I could not do? And she doesn't, it's foreign to her now. And so Delarin takes that from her, and she gets that jab in, that attack, because, I mean, what else can Delarin do? She's dying. And Sylvanas doesn't like that. And now Delarin has to watch Sylvanas burn Teldrassil to the ground. I was really kind of starting to slowly believe and go back to the Taliesin and Evitel video where, or is it Taliesin? I think it's Taliesin. Sorry, can't pronounce it. What Taliesin says that he thinks Anduin does it. And I was almost on that train. I was totally like gonna go against my gut and saying Sylvanas did it. I was almost on that train, but Sylvanas did it. I'm not happy that she did it. I didn't want to lose Teldrassil, Darnassus. My first character was a Night Elf warrior, who I still have, and he was my main up until Legion when I made my Demon Hunter. But I didn't want to lose it, so no matter who did it, I was not going to be very happy. But the story, it has me hooked. It's kind of like Game of Thrones. it gets its hooks in you, right? Like everyone's all of a sudden watching the shows and stuff, and even those that didn't read the books. And you know, I was fortunate enough to read the books when they were, you know, very obscure and there was no shows, and it had its hooks in me. And then the shows came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones." I have friends that were like, "Oh, reading, you know, whatever, right?" And now they're in Game of Thrones. It's got their hooks in them. Well, this has its hooks in me too. The story of Warcraft has hooks in me, and Blizzard did once again an amazing job with this. I still think the Jaina one was better because that song was amazing, chills. But this was great too. I get to see more. It wasn't better, not because one's Jaina and one's thing, but just because I definitely feel slightly different than I do. But I do love that this is how they revealed who burned the tree. I'm super pumped about that. And you know, if you disagree with any of my points, drop it down below. If I made a mistake, which I did on the last video, drop it down below. We'll have a discussion about it. We'll talk about it. And then you can always support the channel by subscribing, liking this video, commenting, hitting that notification bell. I'll try to do a lot more Warcraft related things. I do other shows. I started doing Blizzard only things, and I was like, you know, I got to do other stuff, other games that I like to play. Us Warcraft fans, we've liked RPGs and the like for a long time. It's kind of what gravitated towards World of Warcraft. At least that's how I got there. So I started doing my other favorite types of things. But you can check those out on the channel. Anyways, thank you guys for partaking of. Look at this. We'll just leave it at this scene right here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.